Hey, this is Daryl Lewis.
And I'm Amber Brenton.
Thank you for watching another episode of Due Season. Enjoy this episode as we continue to interview our cast and crew. All right, we're live here on the set of Brenton's Christmas. We have our sister rivalry, Miss Sabrina. Tell them your real name and where you're from.
I'm Melissa Pope, and I am from North Carolina.
Hey, turn up North Carolina. So tell us a little bit about how you and Amber met and kind of how we got here today.
So I was meeting with Rodney Perry to do some skits, and she so happened to be there, and we did 2 skits together, and we just stayed connected. Yeah, so we just been connected ever since then.
Awesome. And I wanted her to be my sisters, but I just sent her the casting call just to make it fair. And I was like, she didn't send the email yet? I was like, Bumpy, listen, I want you to be my sister in this movie.
I was like, yes.
And she was like, yes, like, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what's your background as far as acting and comedy? Kind of what's your background?
So I just started all this in June. Just was doing background acting to go on to being featured background acting. And then I just kept going on sets and stuff. And everybody was like, you should do speaking roles. So after that, I just kept getting connected with people. So since then, I would say September, I started speaking roles.
Wow.
And this would be my 5th movie.
So 6 months, you went from 0 to 100.
Yep. And I think I told Amber, I think February, I had lost my job, and I remember just in my car crying, like tears, just kind of like, God, what is my purpose? I just feel like I'm not, doing what you want of me. And I just, like, God, so whatever it is, I'm ready, Maybe I wasn't ready before, I don't know. I said, but I'm ready, God, like, whatever it is. And it just, the floodgates just been open. And I'm just so humbly grateful for that.
Definitely.
And she don't do comedy, but she'll get in a skit and just do.
Get in a skit.
And what I like about you, like especially with skits, you don't know anything about comedy, so we just tell you whatever to do, and she just do it, like whatever attitude you want, exactly like how you did on the movie. Like you was exactly what we was looking for. Right. Am I right? Even when you was reading on Zoom, like that's cool, like that's the one.
She was the first table where you had on Zoom. She was the only one acting her part out.
Only one. I'm talking about on Zoom.
On Zoom.
Who you think you're talking to? Not my husband.
Don't come for my husband.
Definitely. So how was it working with the cast of this project?
No egos. It was just everybody was so friendly. Mm-hmm. Everybody was so helpful. I mean, it was amazing. Like I literally feel like I said, I feel like this y'all my new. I ain't gonna say feel like y'all are my new family. It was amazing.
Definitely. Now I know, Brenton, y'all were going back and forth a lot in the movie. What was that like having a sister?
When I tell you, she brought the attitude out of me. Like it was like it was so real sometimes that it was like we was going back and forth for real. It was like a battle.
She said
right?
she wanted to jump across the table.
It almost like it's like we were trying to win an argument, and that's what you want people to bring out of you in acting. Like it sounds crazy, but bring it out of me. Like I'm about to, and that's why I can work with you. And I mean, when I tell you brought the mad, and I'm not even that. Everybody know me. I'm not that person to get mad and get into it. Nobody. Right. You brought it out of me. I'm about to.
That mean I did my job right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when we were writing it, we wanted that tension, right? Mm-hmm. That back and forth, because a lot of families have that with siblings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got one child that did exactly what mama wanted them to do. And the other child just can't seem to get it right.
Can't seem to get it right.
I was that one, though. I was my mama headache child, to believe it or not.
I always been the good kid,
Yeah, I was my mama headache child.
Yeah, so I think it was an interesting play. Because it's like you guys, like y'all kind of knew a lot, but you was trying to, it was like you almost wanted to tell her, but you didn't tell her.
Right.
And so I think that was a pretty interesting dynamic.
It was like almost I was trying to blackmail, like, you don't want me to tell your secrets. Like I just,
right. I was like, oh, you remember that? Like, but yeah, it was, and it was that for me. It was already kind of personal because I've been through that before, but like to have a sister to actually play that, it was like this is it. You did that. When I tell you played that role, it was like exactly how we envisioned it.
Thank you. I'm glad I did my job.
Yeah.
Now, did you have that dynamic growing up where some people knew and some people didn't?
Oh yeah, of course. And the people that knew would like try to tell my mom. Before I did, they were like, your daughter gay. And she would tell me like, they said you was gay, but I told her you ain't gay. And it's like, now it's hard for me to tell. Like, people, why are y'all going to tell before me? But I will say, when I actually came out, nobody got nothing to say now.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stop for my family, man. But yeah, I had people to do that. They knew. I mean, it's not, look what I had on, the clothes I was wearing. But in my mama head, my baby ain't gay. Cause she would like buy me like boy clothes sometimes, cause she knew that I was what I liked. This
Right.
Yeah, that's
but
what's up.
she didn't get it.
So denial.
Right. So where can people find you, and kind of what are you working on now?
So you can find me on Instagram, MZ Pope, Pope, and then it's the number 2 U, Ms. Pope to you. And since I was here, I did get casted for another movie, Blade. So I'm about to start working on that, and then the movie I was on Friday. We're gonna keep that off camera.
Okay, we'll keep that.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna finish the whole book, so I'll be filming that as well.
Awesome. Oh, we were gonna say awesome at the same time. We got the same sweaters on. We talking the
Same shoulders.
Right.
Okay, that's messed up. And I was like, can I put my other shoulder in the camera? Why?
I don't know why she didn't wear the blue sweater that we got for all the ladies.
Right.
Oh yeah. I couldn't do it. Oh, I finna say, do you got it on? I couldn't do it, y'all.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being a part of this project. You know, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We hope to stay connected.
Oh, definitely. I would love to work with y'all again.
Definitely.
All right.
Well, if you haven't seen it, check out Brenton's Christmas. It's out now.
It's great.
So until next time, we'll see you.
Peace.
All right, we live on set of Brenton's Christmas. We got the brother-in-law, Chris, in the building.
Absolutely. Keith Vann.
We're excited to have you. Now, I know we've met before. You kind of been around the comedy scene. So talk a little bit about how you kind of got into comedy and how that all started.
Well, I initially got into comedy. I was in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles, and I was just around it. So I said, let me try. I started writing. So I figured, well, I started writing comedic scripts. So I said, well, the best way to get around comedic actors is to do comedy. So that's when I went to, I think, the Laughing Skull in Midtown. And this is actually where I met Amber at.
Yeah, that was my first time on stage. I was so scared.
Oh, yeah, she was nervous.
One thing I'm tell you, better drink some water because your mouth going to get dry.
Yeah. But she actually went out there and killed it. So that was like my second time doing it. The first time I went to Laughing Skull, I bombed.
Oh, wow.
I forgot everything. I went up there and they were just looking at me and I was like, oh my God. Finally they played the music. I got up. I was so, man.
Yeah.
But that's how I got into comedy via Los Angeles.
Okay. That's what's up. And we actually, so we talked before about us doing shows. So he's done a couple of shows that we used to do when we used to do the True Story shows. I remember we were at Pity Pat's Porch.
Pity Pat's Porch.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Pity Pat Porch, Gizmo.
Gizmo's
that was the second one.
And Pity Pat's Porch was actually a funeral home.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
It was, remember you like, this thing a little scary.
It was a funeral home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. That was the mid of COVID, man. This guy, his set, he came out fully all the protective equipment.
Lysol spraying the mic.
I sprayed the mic. Yeah.
That was a good, when you killed that junk, Jim,
Yeah,
because
that
you
was
talked
actually-
about the pandemic.
Yeah, and that was like right before the pandemic really got serious. And then everything shut down and I took a break for thinking about like a year. So I'm gradually trying to get back in it. So Amber's my inspiration for us
Yeah,
on
we've
the
been
stage
cool
now.
we like friends. He called me all the time, man.
Right.
Great guy. He's on this, doing this for me, man, and it's good to have great people around.
And I actually enjoyed it. Like, this is my first time actually doing it in front of the camera. So, man, it was great.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I got the bug now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you compare stand-up comedy with acting with your first experience? What would you say?
Well, with stand-up, I mean, it's really the same to me because you both have to be prepared. Like, you have to be prepared. So stand-up is... It's a little easier for me now because I've been doing that. This was kind of hard for me, kind of nerve-wracking because, like I said, you got to know your lines. And once that camera action, you got to go. So, it's definitely, I think I would definitely do acting more now. Now that I've done this.
It's definitely fun.
Especially with this atmosphere. If the atmosphere is like this all the time, I definitely want to do it. Yeah.
And I think acting helps you with your stand-up. Like,
right.
It actually helps you perform better. Like, since I've been doing acting and taking those acting classes, when I'm on stage, it's come easy. The way I move, the way I say things, like, it's almost like people feel where I'm coming from, all because from taking those classes. So I really do think acting helps stand-up comedians. That's just me.
Right, and I think the first time that you did the lessons, you tried to get me to come, and I didn't do it. So now I definitely want to do it. So,
I feel classes is important. And Darryl, you taught me this. Like, you can never think you too good for classes. Like, classes keep you on top of everything, and then make you better than that next person, because they probably not taking those classes. You never get too good for classes. Like, and I appreciate you for that advice.
Right.
So would y'all say, what would y'all say is tougher, improv or learning a script? Like
Learning the script.
Learning the script, definitely.
Because you got to learn the script, and also when you learn that script, you have to act those lines out like you're not reading it. Improv, I'm coming up with it in my head, so it's already in my head. But acting, I got to be like, and it can't sound like, I went to the store yesterday. No, you got to be like, yeah.
And with the improv, we just feeding off of each other, so that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So I know. You said this is your first time. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, like I said, I loved it. Great, especially the table scene. I definitely loved that, but I definitely want to keep pursuing it now. Yeah, but yeah, it was great.
Definitely.
And your role was like,
yeah, even though she hated on me. So
yeah, like that's why. Like, how did you feel about knowing that me and you like care about each other in real life, like we friends in real life, but we're bickering back and forth? Like, was that awkward? Was that like, oh, I don't have no connection to this scene, or?
Nah, it wasn't awkward. Like I said, we're just acting. So
okay.
Just like when we're doing the improv, we're just acting. So yeah.
Okay. And I know you got a lot of different things going on. You do work behind the camera as well. So tell them a little bit about the stuff you got going on.
Well, right now, like I said, doing the improv. And I just write scripts. Like, I got like 2 completed scripts that I've written. That's kind of how I started before I was on the writing side. But now, like I said, I kind of just want to be in front of the camera now, just from this experience.
Definitely. So where can people connect with you and find you?
Facebook, Keith Vann, Keith Vann. Instagram, Colored Town Chemo. Colored Town is because that's where I'm from in North Carolina. It's called Colored Town because that's where all the black people live at. So yeah, Colored Town Chemo. Chemo is actually my childhood name.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you can find me there. TikTok as well, Colored Town Chemo.
Bet. Well, we appreciate you being on set with us.
Appreciate you, bro.
We've known her from the comedy world, from doing skits and now doing film. So y'all stay in tune, connect with him. And we'll see y'all on the next one.
And thank you for having me. Like I said, this was definitely a great experience.
Yeah, definitely it was fun.
If y'all haven't seen the movie, check it out. Brenton's Christmas. It's out now.